Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame. We got AJ, we got Eric, we got Rudo coming to you live as the Avs taking on the New Jersey Devils. Way too late on national television once again.
Yeah, don't they know we have a big day tomorrow?
Right? Stuff to do. Interviewing some people.
Unbelievable.
Imagine having to stay up this late and then interview Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg tomorrow.
Unreal.
Ridiculous.
It's a hard life for us.
It's so tough.
It's a hard life for Eric.
Some of us get up in the morning.
Couldn't be us.
You could have chose not to have kids.
I know.
Avs news for the game. Andre Pavel making his NHL debut. Trying to be realistic here. Expectations. Does he get more than 6 minutes?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree. I'm going to go 8.
I was going to
That's
say
more
6.
than 6.
Exactly 6.
Well, like,
6:32, whatever.
What the fuck?
803.
All right.
He's getting
803.
6:32, I guess.
I guess so.
803.
8:03. All right.
I'm going to say, more specifically, I'm going to say 3 shifts per period.
Exactly 3 shifts per
Actually, I'm going to go 3, 3, and 4.
Ooh, the bonus
Because
shift.
the Avs will have like a 4-1 lead in the third period.
Blowout
so
territory, yeah. All right.
He'll get that like last shift of the game kind of thing.
There is a look at the lineup very quickly. That fourth line right now is scheduled as Pavel, Cogliano, and Tomas Tatar. How does that line function for Colorado? Is it one that you're just trying to survive with, or
For
is
6
there
minutes.
I'm assuming Tatar and Cogliano will get a bit more.
Yeah,
But-
same.
Is there really anything you're hoping for out of that line other than don't lose the game?
Yeah, play hard.
Okay.
You know, play hard. And one of the reasons that Andre Pavel has been a guy, an object of their affection, I guess, since he signed is
That bottom 6 fit, yeah.
Well, the physicality that he brings, he'll play hard, he'll whatever. And, you and I were watching him at rookie camp or in preseason and stuff talking about, guy doesn't have puck skill.
Yep.
That's going to be the concern. It's not as if he was a prolific offensive player
It is ever in his career to this point.
anywhere
yeah.
else, but you never know. I mean, we always talk about him. Logan O'Connor wasn't either.
It's true.
He had the weird career arc where his scoring went up as he went up in levels, and it was like, I don't understand how this is happening. So, with Pavel, you want the physicality. You want to see him play hard. And Tatar, we kind of expect will get opportunities elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, just do your job.
They'll be fine. I mean, that Pavel is a good fit for the fourth line. And if we go by, again, I didn't see him playing college hockey, but from what we've heard, and that one preseason game, he'll be fine. He's a hard worker. He can skate. He'll be able to check, and Cogs, you just follow the lead from Cogliano, right? Mm-hmm. True leader, true veteran, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be more than fine. So I'm sticking with my 8 minutes and 3 seconds.
On New Jersey side, no Jack Hughes, no Nico Hischier. That's a vulnerable team over there right now.
Yep.
Got to take advantage if you're Colorado.
Yep.
Well, especially with you know what? There's no line matching or whatever. When it comes down to that stuff, just go play. Throw your dogs out there and go. Let the big dog eat.
Yeah, you should have an advantage against any of these lines.
Exactly.
With those injuries, the X's and O's go out the window. Just go play.
Yep. Be the better hockey team. Sometimes
Just
that's all you got to do.
Play.
On that note, we got 3 keys from the Big E over here.
Yeah, big game tonight. Let's get the energy up.
It's a little late.
Down.
It's a little late for high energy.
Man, wake up, Eric. Number 1, work. You got to look in the mirror.
Is Rihanna here?
To the first, to the first guy, to the last guy in the lineup. Like, you got to look in the mirror, put those last 3 out of 4 games behind you, and then just hustle the guy right next to you. Every face-off, everything you're on the ice, just work harder, and then cream always rises to the top. We know that. So crank it up a notch or 2. For some guys, 2, especially the
For
top
some guys, 10.
Yeah, and again, we're the first guys to praise the talented guys like Mac and Nico and those guys, and then but somewhere somehow right now it's just not good enough, right? You know what I mean? Even Kale that I praise all the time myself, and they know they can be better, so it starts with them, and that's the way the Avs are built. So I mean that's the way they're built. If those guys don't go, then it really shows. So
Yep.
it's up to them to get going. Number 2, it starts with them again. It starts with them again. Puck management on tap. We all know last game, for example, on the power play, Nate made that big play, that was just wrong. Manage the puck. Blue lines are a must. We talked about it last game. We're talking it again. Dictate the play. We just said no Hischier, no Jack Hughes. Just dictate the play. Take advantage of those guys being out. Take advantage. Get out here. Those guys are on a road trip. They just finished 3 games in 4 nights. This is 4 and 6. This is 4 and 6.
Yep.
It's hard. We saw the Avs be on the road last weekend. It gets old, it gets tiring. So get on top of them. Number 3 is you're all in this together, right? So everybody ropes, everybody rides. All in sync. We heard the guys talk about it last game. It feels like we're not in sync. Well, let's it's the second 10-game segment here. The first one's over. So no more excuses about, I'm new, he's old, hasn't been around. Hey, do your own job, get in sync, and get back on track for a big second 10-game segment, and it starts tonight. And we know they're going to be at home a lot more than they have been, right? Only fewest games in the league at home so far, right? With Vegas and
this time
not
next
Vegas,
week,
sorry,
they will
opposite
have-
of Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple teams.
There was a couple teams.
Yeah.
It was 3 games, so I know that they're tied with a couple teams. But again, certainly wasn't Vegas. Vegas has had 8 or 9 home games. So big start. It starts with the start when we see those guys jump on the ice and they just take it to them to teams right away. You can feel it. They're gonna have a great game. So hopefully, first 5 minutes are exactly what they're gonna show us.
I kind of want to go back to your first point and talk about the talent on the Avs, because I think this is a two-sided thing. On one hand, the saying always goes, hard work beats out talent when talent doesn't work hard.
There you go.
So the effort has to be there, right? Mm-hmm. You cannot sit back on your ability and cruise to victories. But the other side of that is, you look at McKinnon, you look at Rantanen, you look at Makar. It's not very often that those guys get held off the score sheet 2 nights in a row, let alone 3 out of 4 games. Does it feel like there's a dam to be broken here a little bit tonight?
Remember last year when Nathan McKinnon had 2 goals going
Until
into
December, yeah.
like January something or
Yeah.
whatever. And, he missed a bunch of games, and there were a bunch of things that were going into it. And we were like, at some point, this is going to stop. The dam's going to break. He's too good of a shooter and too high of a volume of a shooter for this to continue long term. And for McKinnon, it does feel this. Like, I have almost all of my issues with Nathan McKinnon this season involve either individual effort, like on a specific play, or defensive zone coverage type things. Very few of it
Has been his
very few of
offensive
my issues have been
generation,
what he's done offensively. He's continued to look quite good in that area of the ice. So I do feel like for that guy, there's a dam to be broken. For Makar and Rantanen, it's probably just more of a consistency thing.
Yeah. Get back at it.
Yeah, because Rantanen has like 4 points and 8 of them came in 2 games.
Yeah.
So, I would say for McKinnon, it's a dam to be broken.
Okay. So the top dog gotta break through it, work through it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
As for the rest of the team, you have Druin in the lineup again. You have Tatar in the lineup again. Let me ask it this way: has the clock started ticking on those guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. We talked about it the other day. 10 games you're not giving up on that at 10.
Yeah.
But by 20, if it hasn't gotten any better, if each guy has 1 point in the next 10 games or something, you have a really big problem on your hands.
Yeah.
I mean, this business is all about what have you done for me lately, and that's okay. That's professional sports, and don't think like that guys don't know that.
Yeah,
everyone knows that. It's not mistreated. It's not unfair. You got to produce, whether you're a goalie, whether you're a forward. You got to produce what you're asked of what your production level will be. Right, obviously. If you're playing with higher end guys, then somehow you have to chip in at some point. If you're playing on the power play, we all know that the guys get the most of the 2 minutes. We know that, the top end guys. And that's where I feel for Drouin. This is a guy that needs to feel the puck, needs to feel the energy of a game through the power play. And too many times he's just not touching the ice on the power play, right? And that's, your points will suffer. If you're not used to producing at 5-on-5, so to speak. But yeah, the clock is ticking somewhere somehow, because if you're not doing it, I always tell kids all the time, if you're not doing it, if you want to get to the NHL, if you're not doing it, somebody else is doing it. You know what I mean? Somebody else around the globe is doing it. So it's the same thing. So if you're not doing it, well, somebody else wants your spot. Right, within the team, within the organization, within the league, within
a free agent such as a Patrick Kane.
Well, that's my point. Yeah.
Like that's an obvious elephant in the room for those guys.
That's
where you're
what
like,
I'm saying,
hey, maybe the Avs don't stand a chance in there, but while that situation is unresolved and there is the possibility that he could sign with a team like Colorado,
sure.
Yep. Don't leave the door open.
Exactly. You could slam that door shut if each of those guys go out and has 7 points in the next 10 games.
Yep.
And plays to their capabilities.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to our bets as the game before the Avs is wrapping up now. Feeling good. I feel good about the Avs tonight in this one. So
Felt good about the Avs in Vegas.
yeah, well, you got to be right eventually, right? So
I guess.
I'm taking the Avs to score in the first 10 at plus 140, and I'm taking that to be Nathan McKinnon getting the goal with a nice plus 600. It just feels, I think everyone feels it for McKinnon right now. I think everyone kind of feels the vibe that it's coming for him. And then I took Jersey to score under 3 goals at plus 172. Lots of money out there tonight. I know we've all got some interesting bets and parlays going across everybody today. So
I have a 4-leg parlay tonight.
you can find some good stuff in the couple minutes before the game starts here if you want to get in on it with Bet365. Of course, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado, and if you or a person you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We'll be quick here because we got a watch along to jump into here.
Gotta get it set up.
Very quickly, though, final thoughts on this game from both of you.
You need the stars. I think we're going to see them.
Totally agree with AJ. I like to argue with him, but you're right. I mean, this is the way the Avs are built, right?
Yep.
So get back to your identity, get out there, get a big start, put those guys behind, and never look back at them.
With games like this one, if you win big tonight, people forget about the blowout you lost the other night pretty quickly. So put it out of your mind.
All you can do is win the day you're in.
Exactly right.
You're only as good as your last game, right? So there you go.
There you go.
Make it a W.
Go 1-0 every single night. That is the end of this pregame show. We appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. If the watch along is your thing, it'll be live on this YouTube channel in a couple of minutes. I think Tiff linked it right up in the chat there, which you can just click through on. If that's not your thing, that's cool. We will be live post-game breaking it all down, so be sure to tune in to that when everything gets wrapped up. And we appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe if you want to help us out. We will talk to you in a few minutes.
We all silly like the mayor.